Hello, I'm Michelle at the Portland Public Library in Portland, Maine. Have you ever wondered what kind of animal you would be if you had 8 eyes? I found a book to tell us that and more that I'd love to read with you. It's called Eye by Eye, Comparing How Animals See. It's written by Sarah Levine. It's illustrated by T.S. Spookytooth and published by Millbrook Press. Here we go. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to see the world through someone else's eyes? What if those eyes belong to an animal? Most animals have eyes, but not all eyes are the same. Some animals, for example, have more than 2. What kind of animal would you be if you had 8 eyes? A spider. This jumping spider has 4 big eyes on the front of its face. It also has 4 smaller eyes on the top of its head. Most spiders have 8 eyes, but some have as many as 12. What if you had 6 eyes, 1 located on the end of each of your 6 arms? What kind of animal would you be then? A sea star. Different types of sea stars can have different numbers of arms, but each arm comes with its own eye. Their eyes don't work like human eyes do. Sea stars can see light, but they can't make out details. Some animals have eyes that can move around a lot. What kind of animal would you be if your eyes were at the end of long stalks sticking out of the top of your head? And when you felt like it, you could pull them back in toward yourself. A snail or a slug. These animals have eyes on the ends of their antennas, and they're retractable. Next time you find a snail or slug, gently touch one of its eyes and watch the animal telescope it back into its head for protection. What kind of animal would you be if you were born with an eye on each side of your head, and as you grew, one eye moved to a new place on your face? A flounder. Flounders start their lives with one eye on each side of their head like most fish, but then over time, one eye travels so the grown-up flounder becomes a flat fish with its 2 eyes on top. This way it can hide in the sand and still have both eyes peering up to keep a lookout. The traveling eye takes 3 years to reach its adult location. Other animals have eyes that can't move at all. What kind of animal would you be if your eyeballs were completely stuck in place? An owl. Unlike humans, owls don't have sphere-shaped eyeballs. Their eyes are tube-shaped and are held in place by special bones. Animal eyeballs don't always look like human eyeballs. Some animals have pupils that are very different from our pupils. So, what are pupils? Pupils are the black circles in the middle of each of your eyes. They change size to let in the right amount of light so we can see well. Most animals have round pupils like we do, but some animals have pupils in more unusual shapes. What kind of animal would you be if your pupils were shaped like a rectangle or an oval? A goat. Horses, deer, and sheep have rectangular pupils too. These animals also have eyes on the sides of their heads instead of in front. These 2 things help animals see all around themselves so they know if a predator is coming. A cat. Other animals with oval-shaped pupils are crocodiles, rattlesnakes, and foxes. These animals are all predators that hide and then ambush their prey. Owl-shaped pupils and eyes that face forward help a hunter to judge distance and plan its attack without making any movements that might scare away its meal. What kind of animal would you be if your pupils were shaped like the letter W? A cuttlefish. The W-shaped pupil is very unusual. Some scientists think it helps cuttlefish blend in with their surroundings. Others think it helps them see better underwater. We think of eyeballs as being smooth, and most animals' eyeballs are, but some animals have eyes made up of many hexagon shapes like you'd find on a soccer ball. What kind of animal would you be if your eyes looked like that? A fly. Flies have compound eyes, which are made up of many hexagons. Each hexagon is like a separate eye, and they all work together to help the animal see. Other animals with this type of eye include lobsters, crabs, millipedes, and most insects. Some animals see colors differently than most humans do. What kind of animal would you be if the colors green and red looked the same to you? A dog or a cat? Humans have 3 different types of cells in our eyes that help us see colors. These special cells are called cones. Cats and dogs have just 2 types of cones. And since they don't have the cone for seeing red and green, they can't see the difference between these colors. Some people are born without this cone or have one that doesn't work, so they can't see red and green the way most people do either. A person who can't tell certain colors apart is said to be colorblind. This page shows how a cat or dog would see the images on the facing page. Some animals have more cones in their eyes than humans have. Butterflies and birds have 4 different types of cones. What would the world look like if you were a butterfly or a bird? Sorry, we have no idea, but we can guess it's quite colorful. We have to use our imaginations since our eyes can't give us this information, but it's pretty cool to know that there are things that exist out there that humans can't see at all. Here's a last one for you. What kind of animal would you be if your eyes could read the letters in this word? A human. Did you get that one? If so, you are a human who is using your eyes to read. Other animals also use their eyes to read signs. A bee can read lines on a flower petal so it knows where to land when it needs a drink of nectar. And a dog can read the body language of another dog. It knows that the bared teeth and raised hackles mean stay away. So far, we haven't discovered other animals that uses its eyes to read human writing in a book, but we will keep looking, of course. The end. Thanks for joining me to read Eye by Eye, comparing how animals see, and I'll see you next time.